So I don't see a lot of barrier. Of course, if we talk about soccer, then yes, we can have a war there. I'm Luis Guisasola, and it's hard to pronounce, but I'm from Brazil. I'm based in Brazil. I work for the Latin America headquarters that is based in São Paulo, Brazil. My background is an engineer, electronic engineer, but I was doing the internship at Siemens in Brazil, and I was doing more of the pre-sales internship there. And before I graduate, there was an opportunity in marketing. They asked if I want to join, even before I graduate, the marketing team at Siemens. And I went back to my manager and say, what's your opinion, what's your recommendation? I've been studying for 5 years, hard stuff to do marketing. And his answer was, Luis, Siemens is an engineering company. So if you don't like it, you try to find another job in the company. But try it, go, accept. And I took the challenge, so I accepted the job. I enjoy working with the marketing team. I really like it, and that's how an engineer became a marketeer. It was a nice trend because suddenly when we went online, we had like a democratization of the content sharing. Before, when we had a physical event, it was like who could afford to travel was able to access the content. Who couldn't afford to travel may get the content later. And when we went to 100% online, so everybody had access to the same content, same message at the same time. I call democratization of accessing content, accessing our messaging, our strategies. People nature is to have a face-to-face meeting like we are having today. And Latin America is critical, having a coffee together and chatting on the house. That's part of the culture, to have that interaction, personal interaction. So the challenge is how we go back to the model, but we don't lose the democratization of reaching out partners, potential customers that are far away, they cannot travel, or because they cannot afford, or they don't have the agenda to travel. So how do we balance that so we don't lose what we achieved during this 100% online? At the same time, we go back to the interaction, personal interaction. I think this is the challenge. And of course, we are planning to keep both. So keep the democratization of the content sharing, and having the possibility to meet again with potential customers and partner on a more face-to-face activities. So Latin American, the Latin is a language that allows the one word in Brazil has a really bad meaning in Mexico, or vice versa from Argentina in Brazil. So we need to be really careful with the words that we use. Maybe okay in Brazil, maybe okay in Mexico, but no, it's not okay in Argentina. There are a lot of cultural differences, but I don't think we have that. We don't have any religion barrier in the region. I don't think we have a major food barrier across our region. We may name the dish differently, but at the end has a European background influence, or Middle East influence, or Africa influence. So I don't see a lot of barrier. Of course, if we talk about soccer, then yes, we can have a war there. Brazil and Argentina can start a war if the game doesn't go the way they expect. But it's just a joke. Actually, we see that HQ evolved. They were more accepting to our suggestions. So one example, last year they sent some creatives. There were two mechanical, like robots, And Latin America is a region that we like to hug personal connection, emotions, and so that really doesn't resonate well in our region. So we asked, can we use actual persons on that creative? And they were accepting that, and they created a version for Latin America with more person-oriented, more emotionally oriented, and I think we are doing much better. Maybe 5 years ago, they'll say, no, this is the creative, you have to use it and do it. No, I think it's a learning process that both sides are really learning from that and evolving, and we are working much better than we used to do years ago.